Hey, it's me, Tammy B, and this is my review for the haves and the have-nots. All right, you guys, season 4, episode 15, titled The Apple Tree. So I guess it was titled this because it was something about, you know, how you reap what you sow or whatever, and Catherine made a comment that she and Jim, or maybe just herself, has planted a whole lot of apple trees in her life. So she was wondering if what happened to Wyatt had something to do with, like, just all the bad stuff that she did in the past. And this is Hannah and Catherine talking, that is. And so Catherine basically asks Hannah, like, did my son get killed basically just because of, like, all the evil? Because I guess back in the day, Hannah had said something like, oh, you think covering up Wyatt's little murder is going to get him off the hook? And then Catherine's like, is that what you meant by this? Like, is this why he dead? And Hannah was like, she don't know exactly why God took her children, but she was saying that she definitely believes in you reaping what you sow. And I definitely agree with Hannah, actually. Like, I don't know, Hannah, I don't know, I just be on the fence with some of her theology sometimes, but I also do believe that you reap what you sow, or what goes around comes around, or whatever little colloquialism you want to put on it. You know, karma, whatever. I definitely believe in all that, but I'm glad Hannah, like, specified, like, you know, I'm not God, I don't know the who, what, when, where, why, and about everything, but ultimately, yes, I do agree that, you know, sometimes things come back around to you. So that was that, you guys. So let's go ahead and go on a little bit. Candace and War, y'all. How the hell do War keep getting in Candace's house? I know he from the hood and all, and probably know how to break in stuff, but Candace is from the hood too, so shouldn't she know how to prevent break-ins? When I moved back to the hood, I walked around the whole apartment, like, checked the windows, checked the little iron gates. Like, I know, like, you know, maybe I shouldn't know how to break in, but I'm just saying, you know how to break in stuff. So to prevent your stuff from getting broken into, you know, booby trap or whatever. Like, you cannot get in my house. And it's so funny, I was thinking that the other day, I was like, dang, I'm booby trapped this place so good, you know, God forbid I lock myself out, and how I'm gonna get in. So I need to find a good hiding space for a spare key, because that's so funny this came up, because I was thinking about that too, like, dang, I got all these extra traps go trap my own self up. But anyway, so that was that. But yeah, so War get into bed with Candace. First of all, I don't know, I'm a light sleeper, so I could feel when somebody get into bed. And then she had a bra on. I was like, okay, maybe because her titties little, she sleep with a bra on, but I don't know, maybe some women with big titties with bras on too. But I was just like, okay, you sleep with a bra and a nightgown on, but I got issues. Maybe I just don't, I don't know, I don't like clothes, so maybe people sleep with like that, but whatever. So long story short, War told Candace, like, oh, you better have my money by 5 p.m. today. And at first it was a different time, but then War was like, banks close at 5. I don't know, this is kind of getting on my nerves. Just the whole back and forth with War. Like, I never met a person who you had a hit with come keep messing with you, or I never had a person who you owe something to and you keep calling them. So this part is kind of annoying, but he looked a little cute. So Mitch slid through Candace's house, y'all. Mitch, you know, Benny's homeboy, because, you know, he saw her get assaulted or whatever by War last week. So he come through, y'all, and y'all, him and Candace must have boned back in the day. Did y'all get that vibe? Because number one, they kissed on the lips, and then number two, she was like, don't tell Benny about this, and he said something like, I never did. And I don't know, I just caught some subliminal tease, like, I never did. Like, what you mean never? This just happened. So to me, he was saying, like, I won't tell him about this, and nor have I ever told him about, I guess, what happened between us back in the days. That was my interpretation of the conversation. And that was the first time I was like, oh, he actually looked kind of cute, but I don't know. yeah, so I kind of got the vibe that they messed with each other back in the day. And then, so Candace told Mitch, like, just stay out of it. Don't get involved. You know, I owe him some money, and today it's going to be over, so everything going to be cool. So don't worry about it, and don't tell Benny. So he went ahead and got out the way so she could leave. But then when Candace left, Mitch called his homies or his brother or whatever and basically put, like, a fake arrest out on War, which I'm happy for, actually. He basically said, like, oh, do you still have your cop friend? I'm about to give you this license plate, so pull that person over and take him to jail for, like, drugs that I'm gonna plant in the car or whatever. So I'm actually kind of happy that's gonna happen. Well, first of all, okay, I hate to see a white man put a black man in jail for fake drugs. So on that tip, I wasn't happy. But just the fact that War is doing all of this stuff, like, that make me think, like, this is good for him to get out the picture. So I'm happy for that plan in that sense. So yeah, Candace down to the bank talking to the banker. She reading the contract. He like, hurry up and sign. I was like, man, because I was hoping she caught that little 14-day bubble, but you know, she didn't catch it, so she went ahead and signed. War called her, or War sent her a video of him hanging out with Benny with his gun. So then Candace called War like, hey, I got it, you know, here's the banker. So War got on the phone with the banker, and the banker was like, I just wanted to let you know she's getting the money and she should have it to you shortly. So War was kind of pissed, like, what did you tell him? And basically Candace, you know, fronted like, oh, that you my boyfriend and you a promoter and we need some cash for some fight in Vegas, so don't worry, you know, I didn't blow your cover and the money is on its way. But like I said, instantly when she called him, I was like, why is she calling him? Like, can't you just wait? Like, you sitting right there, wait till you get to the car. But you know, I do realize that War has sent that video, so you know, she got a soft spot for her brother, so I guess she just wanted to assure him that, you know, she was getting the money. But War got a little trigger finger, right? Or a little whatever. He's sitting there with his gun on the his trigger on the finger. So I was like, okay, I understand you a killer, and sometimes as a killer I assume that you be having this little thirst to kill, so maybe that's why his finger all on the trigger. But I'm like, dang, you ain't got no remorse that this is Benny? Like, come on, you almost seem like you can't wait to kill him. Like, isn't it hurting your heart that you gotta kill the homie? And then Benny, okay, come on now, I know you dumb, but you don't feel no gun on you? Like, don't when something dramaful or negative happen, can't you sense it a little bit? You know, like, I don't know, Benny like don't feel like somebody got a gun pointed at him or whatever. So I just thought that his hood instincts would be able to fix that, but whatever, or feel that. But I guess not. Benny writing away. And then did you see that thing where he licked the pen and wrote? I was like, I hate when people do that, because that doesn't do anything. Licking the pen does not make it right. I mean, I guess it depends on what kind of pen you have, but I have never had that work for me, so it just annoys me when people do that. So anyway, let's go to Veronica's house, y'all. Oh, Veronica's dress was nice with that little dip in the back. I was like, I like that dress. And she got her little wig back on. So Veronica got her house all decked out. I guess she about to have a little engagement party, if you will. So she all looking cool now. And then Jeffrey come back in. Oh, Veronica also got a white maid that she treated like a slave. And I was just like, oh my gosh. She got the maid doing stupid stuff like cutting candle wicks, and the maid gotta go out the front door, or back door can't go out the front door. Well, I don't know, the whole candle wick thing seemed dumb to me, but is that a thing, y'all? Like, why does it matter what size the candle wick is? Am I missing something here with that? So I don't know. I was like, maybe I just don't get that, or maybe that's just, you know, what's her name, Veronica, like, you know, reversing the whole slave thing. Like, oh, they used to make us do stupid stuff for no reason, so I'm gonna make her do stupid stuff. Or, oh, they didn't let us go through the front door, so I'm gonna make her go through the back door. So I really couldn't tell about that candlewick stuff, but I was like, what the heck? But I don't know, y'all. See, I plan to have a maid or help, and on one hand I do want it to be a white person, just so I can, you know, I'm not gonna be mean like her, I won't be disrespectful, but you know, just to say, hey, it's finally in reverse. But then on the other hand, like, I want to employ black people, so I don't know, maybe, I don't know, my maid probably be black after all. So anyway, y'all, Jeffrey come through with this ugly ass outfit on, y'all. And I'm sorry, Jeffrey outfits was ugly to me, both of them. The one with the yellow pants, and then with the dress looking suit jacket. So if that was my boo and that was our engagement party, like, yeah, I'd be like, no boo, go change. But that's just because I don't like the outfits. We know that Veronica, she just think bright colors and tight clothes are gay, so that's why she, acting stank about his outfit. So in Veronica's case, if I was Jeffrey, I would have been like, yeah, nope, you forcing me to be here, this is what I'm wearing, so you either take it or leave it. So yeah. But that was a hard scene to watch, y'all. Just Jeffrey just being so, like, he flinched when his mama touched him. She even asked him, like, oh, why you act like a slave or something when I touch you? Or like, I'm like, you scared of me? He was like, I am scared of you. But even when Melissa came over, y'all, Jeffrey was just sitting there. He didn't want to get up. She told him to give her a kiss, and it was just the worst kiss ever. Like, that was just a hard scene for me to watch. Like, it was so clear that he's miserable and upset and uncomfortable and unhappy. Like, if I was Melissa, I wouldn't accept that. Like, oh, you can't even tell me hi? Like, you know the deal. Like, I don't kind of want to do this either, but can you at least act a little bit better, Jeffrey? So if I was Melissa, just the fact that, yeah, I agreed to this deal, and Jeffrey should know Nan about it, but I don't know, Jeffrey, okay, I understand it on two sides. Like, I feel bad for Jeffrey, but I'm just saying, if I was Melissa, like, I would, at that point, I would be like, all right, if he gonna act all like this ain't working. And Veronica too. Like, if I was Veronica and, like, felt the way that she felt as a mother, that scene, well, she had a whole bunch of scenes as a mother that should have fixed this by now. But what I'm saying is, if nothing else made me change my mind about forcing my son to, do something, the look Jeffrey was giving, his attitude, his disposition, that finally should have got Veronica to be like, okay, this ain't gonna work. Like, come on now. Like, luckily nobody was at the party yet, but what if people was there? You gonna tell people, kiss your wife, stand up for your wife? You gonna do that this whole marriage? Like, to me, this is proof, like, girl, this ain't gonna work. Like, you can't dictate a whole relationship like that. What about when they not around you and in public? Like, somebody will eventually catch on, So I just was like, Veronica, you're kind of doing too much. Well, we already know she's been doing 10 much forever, but I'm just saying, like, I was like, girl, yeah. But that room was cute. I like those gray animals on the wall. Well, now we know she want a boy, but I actually thought that the gray crib and the gray animals on the wall was a little bit gender neutral. I was like, oh, those are some actually cute decorations. I didn't like the rest of the room, but I like those little gray animals on the wall. And I wonder what the ring looked like. She was talking about it was expensive. I was like, oh, I wish they would have showed it. I'm pretty sure they will. So anyway, y'all, let's get to Down Low Cop Guy. Dang it, I forgot to look up his name again. So Down Low Cop Guy called Jeffrey and he wanted again. I was like, dang, Down Low Cop, were you just there tied to the bed yesterday? But whatever. Down Low Cop Guy was like, meet me at the hour, and Jeffrey was like, I need 2 hours. So whatever, they there. And Down Low Cop Guy was just told Jeffrey, like, Jeffrey said some things that got him stuff to thinking. So Down Low Cop Guy is kind of opening up to Jeffrey, like, even though you kind of forced me to do some stuff, and even I guess the whole tie to the bed thing was kind of messed up, like, some stuff you said about my past and, why I'm in the closet or stuff about my mother made sense to me. And I was like, oh, have y'all ever had that happen to you? I had that happen to me too. It made me start thinking. I was like, I remember I had a boo that said something to me before, and I was like, oh, like, whatever, and was mad about it. But then I thought about it and I was like, oh, you know what, there is some truth to that, or oh, that's right. Then it made me like him more. So that's exactly clearly what happened with Down Low Cop Guy. So, because yeah, at first he's like, F your couch, bye, and then thought about it. So it was like, okay, now you want the draws even more. But Jeffrey don't want to do this no more. He was like, I'm tired of whole you saying I'm not gay part, because clearly you are. And then I don't know, Jeffrey just in a pissy mood about the whole stuff about his mama, because actually I guess Jeffrey had went to the mama house and was supposed to go back to the hotel and change. So while he at the hotel supposedly changing, that's when him and Down Low Cop Guy kind of moved up. Or I think that's the storyline. So he kind of already pissed about what's going on with his mama and Melissa and all that. And then here come Down Low Cop Guy just with all this stuff, you know, talking about untie me all forcefully and just, you know, just being typical himself. So Jeffrey's just not here for it. He like choked Jeffrey or whatever, because Jeffrey said some comment like, at least I wasn't screaming like a little girl. So once again, y'all, if the Down Low Cop Guy was screaming, that means he was on the bottom, right? So I thought that was funny, and then that Jeffrey said that about the scream, and so he choked him, but Jeffrey didn't even finish. He was like, go ahead, beat me up if you gonna want to. So whatever. Jeffrey's so sad, y'all. I just want to give him a hug and lay him on my bosom, like clearly not in a sexual way, but like, oh, it's gonna be okay, like we're gonna get you out of this dilemma, Jeffrey. But yeah. Oh, and Down Low Cop Guy abs were nice. Why did he start looking cute? Is it because he finally opening up, or was it the abs? I have a thing for abs. But yeah. Anyway, but still, boy, bye to Down Low Cop Guy. Abs and all, like, yeah, but no. Okay, so let's get to Hannah and Jim, you guys. This was kind of like a main thing. So basically, we see that Catherine asked Hannah to go to the jail. So remember, that was in the previews last week. So that is what Catherine ended up asking Hannah, to go to the jail. Nope, sorry, I wouldn't have done it. Like Hannah said, I said I would be there for you if something happened to your kid. And Catherine gonna play her and was like, this would be for me. Ain't you a woman of God? You supposed to have compassion. Y'all, I hate when people use your religion to get what they want out of you. Like, it annoys the crap out of me. Like, oh, ain't you supposed to be from the church? Y'all, this girl gonna ask me, oh, can I give her some money because she about to get evicted? And I was like, no, I ain't got it. And she was like, oh, can you ask your church? And I'm like, I was like, no, I don't know about all that. Ain't y'all supposed to help people? Girl, you ain't never been there. I don't even really remember your last name. And for real, you gonna get mad at me because first of all, I don't have the money. And then secondly, because I wouldn't ask the whole church who never even met you before. Like, at least you could come by and be there when I ask or something. You want me to go to the church, get you some money, then bring it to you? I was like, girl, bye. So that's kind of what I felt Catherine was doing to Hannah. And if I was Hannah, I would have still said no, because I still be saying no when people be like, oh, that ain't nice. Oh, well, shoot, just because, I don't know, people just seem like they be needing to take advantage of niceness. Like, you can still say no to things and go to church, or you can still have compassion, and the answer is still no. You know, you're not supposed to be a doormat just because you believe in something. But anyway, so I guess it worked for whatever reason. Well, Catherine also told her, about the compassion, and then she also said that she didn't want Jim to find out from the DA or find out on TV, and she didn't have the courage to tell her herself. So Hannah went ahead and did it, but like I said, that wouldn't have been me. So Jim was pissed when he got in the waiting room and found out it was Hannah. He insulted her. He told her to leave. He asked her if he was there to gloat about him being in jail or whatever. He asked her if she was there to extort money. He almost called her everything but a black whore or something. But she was like, no, your wife requested that I come. And he was like, why? So finally she was like, it's about your son. He was like, no, we're not about to talk about my son, and da-da-da-da-da. And finally she just was like, even though when she finally said it, I kind of didn't agree with the way she finally said it, but like I said, number one, I wouldn't have been there in the first place, and then number two, he was being stank to her. So finally she was like, he died. In his slave voice. And then she was like, he OD'd. And Jim was just like, oh. And you could clearly see the hurt in his face, but I was so mad at how he was just talking to her. I didn't even have no compassion for Jim like I normally have compassion for parents when they find out their child has died. So, I mean, it was sad. You could tell Jim was hurt, and he was just like, what? Like, and he was like, she just basically was like, yeah, your son died. He OD'd. So now he knows, y'all. So next week we see Jim calling after Hannah, like, Hannah, wait, come back. I'll give you this. I'll give you that. So I wonder why he doing that. Like, Do he think like, no, you're lying, like come back and tell me it's not true, I'll give you whatever you want if you just tell me it's not true? I kind of think that's the tip it's gonna go on, but you know, who knows, maybe they could talk some more, and maybe it's something else that he ended up asking her for. So we'll see what that's all about next week, you guys. So that was pretty much it, you guys. That was the have and have nots. It was kind of like a episode, but you know, it had some definitely good scenes, or you know, we definitely progressing along with the story. So I look forward to what's happening next, you guys. So you know what's up. Give me the thumbs up on this video. Go ahead and check me out on Twitter at TammyB_, TAMI, the letter B and the symbol _. And you can hit me up on Facebook at It Is Me, Tammy B. All right, see you in the next review. Bye.